We had been together for 5 years. We first met back in university. I was a guy who always sat in the back row, quiet and unnoticed, and she was a lively, cheerful type, always in the center of attention. She was my complete opposite. But that's what drew me in. We started dating. And with each passing day, I felt like I'd found the one person who made life brighter. The first years were almost perfect. We rented an apartment together, cooked meals together, made plans for the future. Money was always tight, but we supported each other through it. I always thought, if we survived being broke, endless exams, and stressful first jobs, then we could survive anything. But over time, I began to notice changes. She grew colder. Her phone was never left lying around anymore. She even took it into the bathroom. She started staying late after work with colleagues, when before she'd always rush home. I tried to calm myself down. You're just being paranoid. You're imagining things. But my gut kept eating away at me. I remember one evening we were sitting in the kitchen. I asked her directly, "Are you seeing someone else?" She laughed, hugged me, kissed me, and said, "Don't be silly. You're the only one." And I decided to believe her. Because when you love, you trust. Even when something inside you screams, don't. Everything came out by accident. One night, she left her laptop open. She stepped away to take a call. I went to turn the music off and saw a messenger window. I swear I wasn't snooping, but my eyes landed on the lines anyway. They read, "Can't wait to be with you again. He has no idea." It felt like the ground disappeared under my feet. I sat there staring at the screen, realizing that everything we had built over 5 years was crumbling to dust. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just froze. When she came back, I showed her the laptop and asked, "Who is he?" She stayed silent. Then she started crying, begging me, saying it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything. But to me, it meant everything. Because cheating isn't just physical. It's a choice. It's lying. It's the destruction of trust. I packed my things and went to a friend's place. That night, I lay in the dark, staring at the ceiling, wondering how the person I planned a life with could suddenly feel like a stranger. The first weeks were hell. I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't work. Every little thing reminded me of her. The cup she always used, the music she loved, even her scent on the pillow. I was falling into a black hole. My friends tried to pull me out, but the pain was stronger. I felt betrayed, empty. But one morning, I forced myself to get up. I looked in the mirror and saw a broken man. And I thought, either I let this destroy me or I use it as fuel. I chose the latter. I started small, waking up on time, making coffee, going for runs. At first it was brutal. Every step felt like pain. But I poured my anger and grief into running. I ran until my chest was burning, and my heart was pounding out of control. But in those moments, I felt one thing. I was still alive. After a few weeks, I joined a gym. At first, it was almost laughable. I could barely lift the smallest weights. But I didn't give up. I trained every day. And after a few months, I saw results. My body was changing. And along with it, so was my mind. I felt stronger. I felt like I could finally control something again. I remembered that I used to love drawing. I pulled out an old sketchbook and started sketching. The drawings were dark, heavy, but they helped me release everything bottled inside. Eventually, I began posting them online, and people responded. A few even bought my work. It felt incredible, like something new was being born out of pain. My friend became even closer. They dragged me out for walks, cracked jokes even when I stayed quiet. And that's when I realized betrayal cuts away the fake people and leaves you with the real ones. 6 months later, she texted me. She said she regretted it, that it was a mistake, that she wanted to come back. But I was no longer the same. I had a new life, new habits, new friends, and most importantly, a new relationship with myself. I replied with only one thing. Thank you for the lesson. I learned to love myself more than you. A year passed. I got a promotion at work. I had friends who made me feel truly happy. I had a body I could look in the mirror with pride, and a peace of mind I hadn't felt in years. Her betrayal broke me, but it forced me to rebuild myself from the ground up. And today I can say I am not a victim. I am the author of my own story.